Hi guys, we survived the May 2nd flood, so tonight I'm going to cook something to make us feel better. And it is going to be a scallop and bacon pasta. Now over here, I am toasting some walnuts. No oil, but there's gonna be walnuts in it at the end. And I've got water going for my pasta. I'm not gonna get that ready yet because I have a couple other steps I've gotta do first. So I am going to move this off. It's been toasting for about 3 to 5 minutes on a medium heat. This pan is already hot. I've got approximately 6 big pieces of bacon, the thick, nice thick pieces. And you can see how I cut it. Let me get a little closer. You can see how I've cut it. I'm going to be careful on the salt with this meal tonight because the last round of bacon I had too much salt and it was a little bit, it was over salty. So anything I made with it, we had to temper the salt. So we're going to get that going, and I'll stop the video right now and I'll slice it later with what I do next. But just know that I'm gonna brown this bacon. I'm gonna get it nice and brown, and then I'm going to take it out of this pan, drain it on paper towel, and wipe the pan out. This pan will be the same pan that I'm going to use to cook the rest of the sauce. So we'll be back. So while the bacon is still cooking, I cut up 3/4 of a cup of red onion. And I do a very large dice on that red onion. I've cut up 2 cups of yellow and red bell peppers. And I am getting ready to do some garlic with my little garlic press here. And one of the reasons why I'm pressing this out instead of just using chopped garlic is because of the surface area. I want more surface area on this. So I'm going to stop the video here and I'll be back with you as soon as the bacon is done. We're back. We've cooked and drained the bacon, as you can see. I've taken paper towel, let this cool off for a little bit, and I've taken paper towel and wiped the bacon grease out. But there's still fond in there, there's still little bits and pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on, and I'm gonna move it over carefully because it's hot. And I'm going to add 8 tablespoons of olive oil. So here we are, got that. And now it's time to add the onion. So again, I'm using red onion. And it's already hot. Should have been hotter, sorry. And I'm gonna add red onion, and we're gonna saute this red onion for about 5 minutes. I wanna get it soft, and I want that flavor. I want it to be cooked. I don't wanna have raw onion. So I'll come back in a little bit with this so you can see it, but we'll stop the video for right now while I'm cooking this red onion. The next thing that I'll add will be the bell pepper in a few minutes. So we're gonna be off for about 5 minutes and then we'll be back. The aroma from those onions it's overwhelming. It smells so good. We still got a little bit more time on it, but meanwhile, over there in the black pot, I've got water boiling for my linguine. I'm going to do 12 ounces of linguine, and I have the water salted. When you salt your water for pasta, it should be salted like seawater. So I use sea salt, which is right up my alley. But anyway, the water is nice and salted. It's coming to a rolling boil over there. And I will drain the pasta once it's cooked. So I wanted to let you know it is time. The onions are now cooked. It's time for me to go ahead and add the bell pepper. As I said earlier, I am using orange and red. I don't like the taste of green in there. I have tried this with green. Do not like the taste of the green bell pepper. So we're using orange and red bell pepper chopped up. Remember, I like texture, so I've chopped it up pretty coarsely, and we're gonna mix that in there. And then we're going to add crushed red pepper, and I've got a little bit over 1/4 of a teaspoon. Be careful if you don't like like crushed spice, basically, because this will be a little bit spicy with this amount. I don't use black pepper in it. I could, that would add another layer of flavor and another hit on the tongue, but I don't use that. Now I have that garlic that basically I crushed. You can see it in there. I have 5 cloves of it. And you need the garlic, but you don't need as much as I put in. If you want to go less, that's fine. I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes, but I've got it on relatively low temperature here. There we go. So we'll add the garlic in a couple minutes. The pièce de résistance is, of course, the sea scallop. And I don't have bay scallops this time. I am using the nice big scallops. And they are basically nice and thawed out and dried. And you will, are you still there? You are still there. My watch says you weren't. So they are nice, thawed out, and dried. We're gonna go ahead and stop the video right now though, so I can finish this, and then I'll come back on when I add the scallops. We're going to go ahead and add the garlic right now. Remember I told you that we didn't want to add it too soon. So we've got this going on. We'll cook that just a little bit in that sauce. The olive oil is basically what makes the sauce on this. It smells so, so good. Remember what I told you about the salt too? If you use salty bacon like mine, you do not have to add extra salt. So test it first though. You don't want to go ahead and not have enough salt. In fact, salt is, we did something the other night. It was a nice piece of beef. And what happened was we didn't salt it enough. We put all other kinds of spices on it, but we didn't add the salt. And the salt is what brings out the flavor. I do not know how people cooked without salt in the medieval times. But anyway, we're lucky we have a plethora of different types of salt, from sea salt to kosher salt to whatever salt. So anyway, we'll be back in a minute. Hi, we're back. This is nice and ready to go for the scallops. We're gonna go ahead and put them in. Like I said, these are not the bay scallops. So it's gonna take a little bit longer. As you can see, they're a good size. We're gonna put those right in there. I am using 1.5 pounds of these. They have them on special. And normally I don't buy my seafood at Kroger, but these were absolutely gorgeous. So I said, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get some. In my black pot over there, I've got my pasta boiling, which is almost ready. So these scallops, normally it should take about 3 minutes to do it. But since they're a little bit thicker, we're going to have to cook them a little bit longer. So bear with me because I'm gonna get all these placed in here and get them going. Then we're gonna drain the pasta. So remember I told you that I salted my water. I want my pasta al dente. I don't want to have it too cooked. We're almost there. We're close to being there. There we go. So I was telling Mark, used to be that you would buy a pound of pasta in a package, and now it's 12 ounces. Inflation, what are you going to say? But anyway, we're going to have 12 ounces of pasta with this. And these are cooking. You're going to want to have some firmness on these scallops. You don't want to overcook them because they'll shrivel up. You want to have a nice scallop there. We're going to turn them over here in a minute. So let me go ahead and get this pasta drained while you're with me. Remember, you want to have the pasta to the bite, and that will be perfect. Here, and we'll bring this back, and make sure you turn the fire off. You do not want that. There we go. All right, let's turn these scallops over. think I need a little more time on that side. So I've got the bacon ready here, and I also have the walnuts, the toasted walnuts. Remember at the beginning of the video, we toasted the walnuts. We used no oil, we just toasted them in the pan. And I had about a half a cup or a little bit more. I like this pasta because it's got texture. You feel, you know, you have the peppers, you have the crunch, the crispness of the bacon, and then you have that crunch with the walnuts. There's no cheese at the end of this, so don't even think you're gonna put cheese in it. The pasta, you know, I was thinking about doing bucatini because bucatini could absorb that sauce that we've got going. But we're going to use linguine. Okay, let's get these turned over. Remember what I told you about the salt? I tested the bacon. The bacon is so salty that we're not going to add any more salt. I don't want to be up all night drinking water, and that's what usually happens. While I'm cooking, I am having a glass of my favorite. It's Round Pond, and that's out in Napa, and they make the best Sauvignon Blanc. We love it. It's kind of our go-to, and you can get it at the HED, or you can order it online. So it's Round Pond, and tell them Tina sent you. So it is good stuff. If you go out to visit them, they have this beautiful estate with palm trees all the way down, and their pairings, their tastings are just absolutely wonderful. So if you have a chance, go out there and do it. I think you'd like it. This wine is gonna go so well with this pasta. Now this is really more than Mark and I can eat, so we're gonna have leftovers. This is beautiful. It's time for us to add the bacon back into the sauce. There we go. Remember, we drained the bacon on paper towel. We wanted to take most of the grease off of it. But when we use this pan at the beginning of the video, we left the fond in. I took a piece of paper towel and got all the grease out of it, but we left the fond in because that leaves us with so much flavor. We're almost done here. The smell is amazing. All right, now it's time for the walnuts. Let me reach across here. And we'll dump those in. You can tell they've cooled off. I wouldn't be doing this if they hadn't cooled off. And my hands are clean. And we're gonna toss those around. Don't wanna leave walnuts in too long because they will soak up a lot of the juice and they won't get gooey. All right, the next part, popping the pasta in there. And if we can get it out, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's get this tossed. I'm going to turn off the heat right now. Are you still with me? Oh, that's beautiful. Can you see the different colors? Pasta, get the sauce integrated into the pasta, and let's serve this up here. Normally you don't see this part, but you're going to see it tonight. All right. Always remember to go down at the bottom and get some of that goodness. There we go. Here we go. Put a scallop on there, a little bit more bacon, and wipe this off. We'll use a little parsley to garnish it. And there you go. Not bad. Give this a try. I hope you enjoy it.